time. So this.
I just showed it like the other day, like that dude Patrick David, whatever, the valuetainment dude that came out of nowhere, and like now he's like some sort of influencer. He's got like millions of fucking followers. It's fucking, where do these people just come from? And then they're just like, if you don't log into YouTube, shit like that will be like on the front page. Shit you never wanted to listen to is promoted for whatever reason. Whoever's controlling whatever network. But that fool, a week before election, he brings up this whole story about the envelopes, and he shows a Q post, and this fool has like 6 million followers, dude, and he's like bringing up the QAnon conspiracy out of nowhere, like no one's even talking about it. So I never was all into this, but so anyway, what it was is like, supposedly they get these envelopes, and the envelopes say, supposedly they say it's from this is George Bush Sr.'s funeral, right? And supposedly the envelopes, inside the envelopes, it says they know everything, I'm sorry. With like no evidence whatsoever. It's just a bunch of fools put out videos and like people believe it, but it's funny. Because they're like, look at these reactions, like, because Jeb Bush, he looks like, dude, Jimmy Carter looks like Don Knotts, Mr. Furley, straight up. I guess this fool's, the conspiracy is that Trump handed out the envelopes, but it kind of looks like someone, I don't know who handed out the envelopes, I don't know, but the story is like Trump did it and then he left. Or the envelope is in that book, right? When they open it. Some shit. Let's see. She got the envelope. This fool's looking, he looks like Don Knotts. He's looking for the envelope. Hold on. Yeah.
Fucking, but
this like boring.
Nicholas Shrek, shit. Watch Nuki's video for sure, bro. He sounds triggered as fuck.
Yeah. Dude, it got like over 1,000 views on BitChute and on YouTube. So
yeah, like who gives a fuck about this guy more than himself? He's probably like Googling himself or like checking for YouTube videos.
It's just
makes sense.
Because he's part of like the Manson thing, kinda, because he interviewed Manson and he claimed to know Manson. So people that are into Manson, that's how they'll come across this guy, you know.
Yeah.
Otherwise, no one.
And he does the intellectual. And do you know the name of the Crowley ritual that they're doing? Okay. Like he's like Mars for Satanism, bro. It's just fucking. Like you didn't debunk shit. This is what I hate about like the word debunk now too. Is they'll send you something like this. They'll be like, "Oh, it's been debunked." Why? Because some dude like this just fucking said some comment like all scoffing and shit. You know.
Yeah.
He didn't sound like he knew any fucking Crowley rituals either. Like when the guy was saying it, he just thought of one real quick. He's like, "Oh, you mean the Gnostic Mass or whatever?" Like.
Yeah.
He sounded like he was reaching or Googling some shit. Like
he probably did study some occult shit, you know, because he was part of the Temple of Set or whatever. But he's totally fake, man.
He's Hollywood as fuck, yeah, like failed Hollywood, like.
Yeah, it's the whole thing is weird. His radio werewolf thing. That's supposed to be a gothic
I remember
band.
that movie. Yeah, dude. You played that movie in the video where it was like, that's probably like their only appearance too. Like I don't know if it's even a real band. Like it was that movie like the only thing that verified the band's existence? Like, do they have albums and shit?
I think they made a few albums, but a lot of punk rock little nobodies they could press their own album back in the day. It wasn't you get a few
Yeah.
$100. Like, so what? Like, no one bought that shit.
Yeah.
Like, I
Made
used
some
to hang
garbage
out
real
with
quick.
Gothic fools. I never heard of this dude till recently. I heard of all the other Gothic bands, but I never heard of Radio Werewolf. And then I tried to listen to his shit, and it was awful, dude. It was like a joke. Like,
Yeah, it sounds gay as fuck. Like Radio Werewolf. Like they probably thought it sounded cool in the '80s or something.
but also his band on that Wally George show, it's like his band looks goofy as hell. They look like, I don't know, dude, just some nerds, some drama nerds. Fuck.
That dude yesterday, that video you were playing yesterday was good. It's just funny to see where like how TV has changed. That like late night show or whatever with the ex KKK guy. That shit was hilarious. The guy's getting all triggered. You will not speak that way about the president of the United States. Now it's like commonplace to just like get on TV and like shit all over the president.
Hey, but that show, it wasn't on regular TV. It was on Channel 56, UHF. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, the guy roasted him. He's like, "Oh, that's why you're not up at CBS." He was dissing him on his show. Yeah.
I guess he had like a radio show. He was I think maybe he was like a senator or like a mayor or some shit going like way back, and then he had a conservative radio show, and then he got it on UHF. But his daughter is the blonde girl in Risky Business.
Oh, that's random.
Yeah, Rebecca Dermay or something like that.
This dude's like a bootleg Johnny Carson.
Yeah. He's like the OG.
It's like a way worse.
Before Springer, dude. He's the OG.
Yeah, that's how I felt about the crowd. I thought it was Springer for a second. Like when I was on another tab, I was like, "What the fuck is this?" The crowd just like they don't know whether to boo or cheer. They're just like, "Oh," just making noises.
I don't know if he had regular wrestlers on, but like in the late 80s, like early 90s, they had this shit called Glow, Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling, and a bunch of them were on his show. Yeah, you don't remember Glow? Fuji Mountain was this big fat fucking like Samoan broad that wrestled.
No, the only one I remember is there's a bunch of those though. Yeah, I thought they were like all wrestlers in Samoa for a while. Like I was like, is everybody a fucking wrestler? Is it like an island of wrestlers?
That's the only one I remember was Fuji Mountain.
Bro, there was so many. What are you talking about? There was even one that was like, wasn't Yokozuna fucking from there, and he was pretending to be Japanese the whole time?
I don't know who that is.
They were like the twins. There was a tag team. Yeah, there's a bunch. But that guy was saying good shit, and then that dude thought he had like a real gotcha when he's like, he's like, do you think everybody should go back to where they came from and stuff? And then the guy's like, yeah. And he's like, well, what about, where are you from? He's like, well, I'm American. He's like, yeah, but where's your ancestry from? And he goes, Germany. And he's like, why don't you go back to Germany then? And the crowd fucking roars. And I was like, that's not the same thing, dude. Like it's not. You're talking about like colonialism. Like if you go and you fucking conquer a place, it's different. Now you could, that's literally what makes it so that you call the shots now. Like you say who stays, who leaves. Like it's a bad argument for that argument. I'm not even saying like everyone needs to go back, but it wasn't like, it's like, it's not the same thing. Like immigration and fucking conquering a fucking thing is not the same, like he totally forgot that like colonialism is a thing, like exploration was a thing.
Well, that dude contradicts himself all the time, Wally George. and he admitted that
Yeah, he sucked.
he does shit. He did shit on purpose just to sensationalize it and shit.
Yeah, his Jewish producer told him go hard for the Jews. Like, what do you have against? The guy didn't say shit, and he kept saying, "What do you have against Jewish people? What do you have against Jewish people?" Like trying to bait him.
He had a show on, and it was like after school, and it was a call-in show where it was just him and an American flag behind him, and he would answer questions, and like 15 or like 1 out of 15 calls would be a legitimate call, but every call would be like, "Hey, nice wig," or fucking, "Where's your daughter?" Like all this fucked up shit.
Just trolling him. Yeah, he's very trollable. Like if I was, it's the same as like jumping on PPC. Like if I was around back then, I would have definitely gave him a call too. It's like
we
the more guy
we tried to call
streaming.
him all the time because it was only like a minute delay or something, dude. Never got through.
Yeah, he seems like he gets triggered easily too, so it's like perfect.
I always wanted to go to that taping because it was like, but I didn't know that it was like right by my house. It was only like maybe 7 miles away. Like they filmed it at this college down the street. Fucking missed it, dude.
Damn. Yeah, Springer used to have the same shit. He'd bring up people, like he'd bring KKK versus like black people and shit, and like have them on the same stage.
Yeah. I had
Just
a couple
come
friends that went on
argue.
Springer and friends that went on Jenny Jones.
What, like as audience or like the fucking
On
Oh,
stage.
okay.
On stage and shit.
what?
Yeah.
As what? Like what was the show about?
This girl that I was with, she was on there. It was her friend. It was like friends that are jealous of her. It was some stupid shit. But
It's just let's make a show out of this.
yeah, and so she got paid to go out there and got a hotel room to Chicago, right? And then she said right before they got on, they had like drinks. So she had like a few drinks. So she said she was buzzing
Makes
hard.
sense.
Yeah, and the same thing with
Yeah.
the person I knew that was on Springer. And they fought. They ended up fighting, but they were friends. It was just like they just did it because they got all liquored up, and they kind of like
Yeah.
try to amp them up to do something. And it was like the video of it. It looks so fake, dude. They're just like slapping each other.
Yeah, but like you have to do it. It's like peer pressure. Like that's what it is. They put a couple drinks in you, and then they get you in front of a fucking crowd that's going, whoa, go, ooh, like if someone disses you and shit, you know. So you're gonna want to like,
Dude,
smack
I would
them or
watch
do
that
something.
once in a while in like the late 90s because it was like every day was like a boxing match and shit.
Yeah. Steve. He was like a national fucking hero.
Yeah.
They just wanted to fight so that Steve would break it up. Like he was on stage half the time towards the end. Like or like late 90s, I don't know. Springer kept going. But this shit was fucked up. Like the crowd would want to fight. Everybody, like you just go there, you could, you know, come on down here, whatever. They're always like talking shit to the audience.
Yeah, that shit was crazy, dude.
It's way more honest, dude, than like it's just trashy and fucking. But I feel like that's how people really are. Like they're not like the Jimmy Kimmel show, where everyone in the audience is probably like just a tourist or someone. You know, they just laugh when they're supposed to and fucking. Like they can't just run up on stage and fight somebody. Like they gotta just sit there and clap and laugh and.
I went to the Chevy
Make
Chase.
Trump.
Don't you think Kimmel's at a higher level than Adam Carolla?
Yeah, he probably did more of like whatever fucking. No, he got in good with the cult, like.
Dude, he's broadcasting out of a Freemason temple on Hollywood Boulevard.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. Dude. Yeah, there's a clue. Yeah. For real, yeah. Fucking Joe Rogan is the same. Like I feel about them kind of like the same way. You know, Rogan. I never knew what his deal was. He was just this guy that I always kind of knew, but I was like, why do I know this motherfucker? Like he just hosted Fear Factor and shit, you know? And then it was like UFC when UFC just started fucking
He was
becoming
on
huge. Like
that radio show, or news radio with Phil Hartman
yeah,
and Andy Dick.
when he had hair. Yeah.
Uh,
And he has the biggest fucking podcast of all time, and it's such a like a fucking controlled like
yeah, it's
you have to do the Rogan interview.
artificially promoted, right? Like that Patrick Bett dude that came out of nowhere, or like that
Yeah.
Michael, the mob guy. All of a sudden, he's like,
Yeah. He's
millions
telling
of
everyone
people
all the
love
secrets.
him. The fucking mob guy.
Yeah. He's on every show, every online thing. It's weird how these people pivoted. But what's his name was doing that too? What's Sammy? Who's his like Sammy the Bull?
Oh yeah, him too.
Like he was.
Didn't he murder
Yeah,
like
he was doing
19
all.
people? Now people care about
Yeah,
this guy.
they're just. He's just talking about it. So if we sitting at the table here, and you don't like one of the people sitting here, you pick up the bottle this way and you pour the wine this way. Like he's showing you all these like mob tricks, and it's like I'm sure these videos go viral. Like yeah, okay, so everyone knows. It's just like this is what we did back in the day. It's like your grandpa talking. If he was a badass back in the day, like some of their scams and the way they made money and shit. I heard this guy talk. It was so easy to make money, bro. Like that's the difference. Like now everything is under surveillance and there's cameras everywhere and like all banks are connected to like everyone's computer and shit, you know? These guys are running fucking petty scams. It wasn't like that could then turn into huge operations, but like some of the shit he's describing, I was like, man, imagine that was life. Like you could just be a fucking criminal, like low, not killing people and shit, but just doing like fucking insurance fraud and weird shit. Like
Oh, he had all
can't remember.
the.
There was something to do with like
He was
vending
doing
machines.
construction, dude. That's the best scam that they were
Yeah.
running. It's like nothing gets done unless you fucking pay them.
So many like side businesses that are like almost impossible to do today. That's probably why he's like, fuck. The only way I'm gonna make money now
There's
is
still
if I like
mob
just
shit
tell these
going down,
stories.
man. There's still like with this shit, like in the harbor, they busted some people over some shit in like this labor contract because part of it was like you got to go to these like people who had like physical problems from work. They would go to these massage parlors, but they were owned by like the Italian mob or some shit. I don't know, some weird shit, dude. That just happened a couple years ago out here in LA. So like it still kind of exists, but it's just not as many.
For sure, yeah. No, but they had to like evolve just on their crimes, on their different businesses and stuff. Because like, what the fuck? It's just like anything, though. Really, like murder, dude. You watch these fucking criminals, like back all these cold cases that they reopen and stuff from like from like 40 years ago. They had like it used to be that fucking simple. Like someone would just pick up some hitchhiker or some prostitute or whatever, and like literally kill them and dump their body, and everyone's like, oh, whatever. Like before DNA and all this shit, like they were just like, okay, that's it, cold case. Like there's evidence all over the place, and they just can't do anything with it. Sometimes they have like evidence left over somehow 30 or 40 years later, and they reopen and DNA test it supposedly. But like, just imagine how fucking simple that shit was. Everything now is like there's a camera everywhere, even on the highways and stuff. Like they could track your phone, like where you were at what time. Like all this shit didn't exist. All these criminals that they used to hype up, they were like these masterminds, back in the 70s and shit. It's like, no, they weren't, dude. They were devious as fuck, but they weren't like genius. It's really easy to get away with shit if you were like, you just had some kind of a plan.
A bunch of people got away with murder in the 80s and the 90s, like drive-bys and shit. There was tons of unsolved murders.
Yeah. Yeah. Late 80s was like DNA, early 90s. That's when they started doing the fucking DNA testing on evidence and stuff. And then like with the increase of cameras, that happened every decade. Now it's ridiculous. Now it's like there's literally no place that's not covered with a fucking camera.
Yeah. I knew this dude, like, he got locked up for this murder, like, years later. a murder happened in the early '90s. I'm not sure when at this pool hall, right? And so then it's like 2010 or maybe 2008, somewhere in there. This fool gets locked up for the murder, right? And this fool had told me, I just met this fool through this broad, right? He told me that this other fool that I knew killed this guy, right? This black dude, right? And my friend, he never really been in any fight. He didn't kill no one, like this Tagger fool, right? So fucking, then it was like a few years later, he gets locked up for that murder. This dude that was telling me it was my friend, right? So he was locked up for like
shit.
2 or 3 years. And they kept saying they had this DNA evidence, right? And then they never came with it. So then they had to let him out. They let him out after like 2 or 3 years. He was in prison, dude. Or like in the county jail, whatever it was. And anyway, I think he died recently. Something happened. That fool was always involved with he got shot or stabbed, but yeah, dude, he got locked up for 3 years and like basically beat the case, right? But I don't know if this dude did it or not. It's fucking weird.
They said they had it on him, so like what? He went to court and they bluffed. Like they said they had fucking DNA evidence and they didn't.
Yeah, they bluffed for 2. I think it might have just been 2 years, but it was like the last thing I heard, because it was my ex-girlfriend's best friend's cousin, right? That's how I know this person, and so like I still know that broad, you know what I mean? So I just then I heard later, like I don't know when it was, but he ended up dying something happened, some gang shit. He was like some gangster and shit. So he probably killed that dude. I don't know. I have no idea.
I was just taking. I don't know him. I was just taking your word for it when you're like, I don't think he did. So I was like, oh, okay, yeah.
I just met this fool because it was like my girlfriend's best friend's cousin, and a lot of times this dude would just show up at like parties we were, you know what I mean? So I just knew him like that. It wasn't like this dude was a great friend of mine or something, you know? So
I get you.
Yeah. Yeah. But so what up with you, dude?
Chilling, man. May or may not be. Yeah, I'm just chilling.
Yeah. I was just fucking around. I don't really give a fuck about fucking Shrek or anything, really. I just hope that he comes across my shit and he sees it.
100%. Yeah, no, I was listening to that video from last time and I was like, this motherfucker, you kept saying like he watched the new P video. 100%.
Yeah.
Like, who else gives a fuck about this guy enough that like we've seen him enough times where you like actually made the video just calling him out kind of thing. He probably loves it, but at the same time, it makes him feel important and shit. Like, yeah, I still got it. Boom, the conspiracy theorists are onto me. You know, like a fucking weirdo, dude. But like I'm saying, these guys, they all feel like they have like a lifetime gig. Even probably this guy, he's like lower level. But if Hollywood is CIA, which it's pretty much confirmed at this point that it is, because they're like a propaganda unit, and it's like their influence is undeniable, like as a whole, like everything from film to TV to fucking internet content and Netflix and streaming and all this shit. Yeah, dude, I think they're assigned like it's like a school. If the CAA is like that, that's like Professor X and the X-Men. Remember, he had like the school for the gifted or whatever. Like that's what their shit is. Their management probably assigns them a cause, and it might pivot, based on their career or their age or something. But like DiCaprio was in movies since he was a kid, and like by the time he was like 17 or a little after that, he became the climate change guy. And then he became a United Nations ambassador for like climate change. Like, he just gives these fucking speeches, and the guy's a great actor, right? So like, he goes and he reads these speeches, and he fucking talks like he's so passionate about climate change, and you believe him if you believe in that shit. Like, it works, you know. It's a continuation of the propaganda. Like, he's just so about it. Like, oh, we gotta save the planet. This guy has a fucking jet and a
When did he
yacht.
first
He doesn't
show
give a
up?
fuck.
Gilbert Grape or what? With Johnny Depp, the other
Yeah.
Illuminati?
Yeah. He was like big time, and now like he was, you know, as recent as now, like what, he's in his late 40s, probably early 50s, and he was doing like, the reason I'm voting for Kamala Harris is because she believes in climate change. She believes in science. You know, like he did these fucking PSAs and shit for his fans. Like, yeah, come on, vote on the side of climate change and science because the other guy doesn't believe in science. And it's just like, you've been doing this gig for 30 years, bro. This is your longest running character. You know, you've played so many people in your career, but this, whatever this is, like the guy that I care about climate change is it's your lifetime gig. Like, in his science, it says that jumbo jets and yachts and shit are bad for the planet. Like, that's, none of his fans have those. Only he has those.
Yeah.
You know? So it's like, I don't believe that's a thing anyway. Like, I don't believe that jet is going to ruin Earth. But like, okay, whatever. That's the science that you're claiming. So yeah, why don't you follow your own shit? Like, it's a scam, dude. And Kimmel crying about Trump is a scam. And fucking, if these dudes have been around for like more than 20 or 30 years, then it's like, you know, they're yeah, like they're being used. Like, they're CIA assets 100%. And they're meant to like influence people's opinions and all kinds of other shit.
Yeah. Lifetime actor. Fucking. Yeah, you just see where he just came out of nowhere and just, he's like #1 star, right? Gilbert Grape. And
Who? Yeah. Oh yeah. Since he was in, like, he's good. If you go back and watch, like, there's some movies of his that I like.
Basketball Diaries, where he's sucking fools off.
Yeah. He did all the rituals for sure. This guy was, he's a huge Diddy fucking guy. See, they're like, oh, this guy's like best friends with Pete. He's at all the parties and shit. So yeah, it's like another Epstein situation where like
these people lately that are like, what's her name, Jaguar, right? And that like bodyguard or whatever.
Gene Deal, yeah. I was watching, he does live streams on YouTube. I was watching his shit a lot before he like, or like when he started doing those interviews, but now he kind of like says the same shit over and over.
Yeah, they kind of just say, they don't really say anything ever. And that dude Sean Atwood, he has like 2-hour long fucking things that they just say the same shit. It's like, fuck, dude. And that fool was like,
yeah, Jaguar Wright does a lot of shit though. She made a lot of claims, like she was talking shit, and she'll randomly throw out like other, like just random dirt on people, which is like, okay, dude, that's a wild fucking thing to just say randomly because you were reminded of something. That's why, like, I feel like she knows what the fuck she's talking about for some shit. She's like kind of unhinged too, but
yeah, I think,
like, I don't think she's
she
lying.
said something about Snoop Dogg and Diddy. I don't know about that.
Yeah,
but it wouldn't
she
surprise
said Common
me.
But she was fucking freaking. You know, Common, the dude who's like in everything. He's big time Hollywood now.
Yeah.
He started off as just like a Chicago rapper. Yeah, he's fucking huge. He's like an Academy Award winner.
He used to be Common Sense,
like, this guy's
right?
a piece of shit, dude. Yeah. She's like, this dude, tell him how you put your dick in my mouth when I was sleeping. Like on a tour bus or some shit. She was freaking out. She was screaming at the camera. She's just throwing shots at everyone. Like, you get reminded of somebody. She's like, oh, it's like that other faggot. She's been calling 50 Cent a faggot for like
50 Cent?
Screaming, faggot. Yeah, dude. Big time. She's like, oh, this is like a homo thug. Like, he's the gangster one. Yeah, like he's telling you he's so gangster and all this. Like, she keeps calling him a faggot, and they're beeping it out on the YouTube video.
I mean, he got famous through Eminem, who got famous through Dr. Dre, who was a confirmed bisexual, right?
Yeah, they got him.
I don't know.
That's how. I mean, he was blowing up right before then. But even the thing, dude. Like, I believe that shit. Like, I'm a rap fucking fan, right? Like, So before he came up, like he made the How to Rob. It was like some underground, like just single
Mixtapes.
where he was like talking. Yeah, but he was just talking. It was called How to Rob, and in the song, he's just talking shit about like it was just nonstop one-liners about like him how he would rob everybody in the industry. So he was fucking. That was considered like a diss back then, you know, like to every rapper, anybody who was famous. He was basically talking about how he would rob them in that song. So he like came out the gate like underground style with a lot of beef, and then the mixtape that was on, it was like pushed, and he had connections to Jam Master Jay because he's from Queens, and it's like it all happened real fast. And they're like, oh, he got shot 9 times.
Yo,
And
shout
the
out
whole
to Jay
fucking-
Bird. Sorry.
Yeah. Welcome, Jay Bird. He got shot 9 times, and then that's what it's like after that when he does this comeback, and then he goes mainstream. So like Eminem and Dre at the time are the biggest thing in the world, and they supposedly go 50-50 on 50. Like they go 50-50, and they do like a partnership to sign him. And then he makes a whole album based on that story, like Get Rich or Die Trying, and a fucking movie and a bunch of video games about how he got shot 9 times. Though the only thing he really has to show for it is like a scar on his arm. And he says, like, he tells the story in a lot of interviews about like how he got shot through the cheek, like he has this dimple. And I can swear he says like some of the bullets are still in there or some shit. Like I don't remember what the fuck it is, but like,
dude,
I don't know. After a while, like I was just like, I don't even know if that story was fucking true, man. Like that could have been anything.
Yeah.
There's a lot of fucking gangster shit, like weird street dudes attached to him though. But like it's
You
and
never
that
watched
story,
that
like he
video
was kind of
Beef?
snitching.
You never watched the video
Yeah.
Beef? We're talking about.
Yeah, there's like 3 of them.
What's his name? Smurf something.
Yeah. Those 2 little dudes that were on Bang 'em Smurf. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that shit. He's kind of like a tyrant. He's a bully and shit. But like that was the persona coming into rap, which is interesting. Like he started with kind of like a funny diss track. But then the whole Hollywood story for the big time was like shot 9 times, you know. Like Tupac had that too.
Yeah.
Tupac supposedly got shot 6 times, and he got shot in the nuts. And then he went to court the next day. Like he's in a fucking. It's just weird. He was sitting on it, like he supposedly got shot in the balls, bro, and the guy's just sitting on a wheelchair, and they have a little like Band-Aid over his head. I don't know. It just
Wasn't
looking
Ja
back
Rule
at it,
there
it just looks.
when 50 was shot at. Like he was set up by Ja Rule or something.
No, it's like Preem. It's like they have like beef, but like one of his dudes stabbed somebody or some shit. But then he used to say like Ja Rule was like singing the hook, and his whole angle against Ja Rule was that he was singing and he was like an R&B dude. But like that's literally what made 50 Cent like huge, and he still does it to this day. Like he sings hooks, he comes up with like good catchy melodies, and like he literally was singing on a lot of songs. He did exactly what Ja Rule was doing, but like better. 50.
I never, dude. His music to me sucks.
Yeah.
I never.
I don't know. It's got some good shit.
That club, remember the club? And
Yeah, for sure.
bottles full of Bud, something like that. Dude,
Many Man.
Yeah,
He's got a bunch of hits, man. Some of those shits were bangers. Huh?
People like it. I'm not into it.
Yeah.
That one song, "Hate It or Love It," that song's pretty tight with the game. But that's about it, in my opinion.
Yeah.
The rest of his shit is trash. What was that? There was another one in his first album. It was like a big deal when it came out. Wankster. Remember that?
Oh yeah. Yeah, it was like hits. A lot of like hits, like singles like that. PIMP, fucking. If I can't do it, homie, it can't be done. Like he was singing, man. He was doing exactly what he was saying. Ja Rule was singing.
Yeah, he's got to be part of like the Diddy bullshit, right? He's trying to like distance himself or something. But he went to.
He's been the specific thing about Diddy with him is like he's been dissing Diddy his whole fucking career. Like he's been taking shots at this guy forever, and now he goes on interviews. Like he has been going on interviews for the last like 5 years, and he talks about this incident where like he keeps calling him like fruitcake and shit, fruit pop, and he's like,
when he wanted to go
they
shopping?
always ask him like, yeah, exactly. He used to because he like. Exactly, that's the story. Yeah, about how the guy wanted to take him shopping. He said, "What the fuck? Like, don't." They were like at Chris Stout, one of those fucking dudes, like the A&R guys, like one of their weddings. Steve Stout. Yeah, he's like, we were at this dude's wedding, and the guy comes up to me and says, like, "Hey, how come we don't go shopping? Or let me take you shopping or something." And like they were only asking him because he posts Instagram and Twitter like memes, just like dissing these people all the time. Like, oh, if you rainbow, whatever, you and the, I don't know. He calls them like fruity shit all the time. So it's either that is the real story, or like he did, you know, I don't know, man. He has them in some. There's like pictures of them where he looks kind of weird too. Like, okay, so this was before or after the? I guess it's before the I'll take you shopping like comment. Maybe that's when he like realized that like, oh shit, this guy's fruity. He's not just like friendly and shit, you know? Because there's other pictures where they're like at parties and shit, and like Puff has his hands on him. He's like kind of hugging him.
50
I don't
Cent?
know. Yeah,
Oh shit.
like at the Grammys or one of these things, you know. So it could be just anything, but like maybe that was earlier. So yeah, he's like he put two and two together. Like, wait a minute, this dude is. He's a bit too touchy-feely, and now he wants to take me shopping. Like, fuck out of here. But yeah, Jaguar Wright just been calling him a faggot left and right, like screaming. I don't know what that would be. That's fucking.
Yeah. So what's up with you, man? Like, what time is it out there? Is it like morning or what?
Yeah, it's almost 10.
You got to work right now or what?
Yeah, in a bit. I'm not at work, no. I work at home now, man. I don't fucking... Like, I lost that job that I had for like 5 years, like a while back. It's been months, actually. I'm doing other shit right now.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's all right for the time being.
Yeah, I'm just chilling. Like, tomorrow, I'm not working tomorrow. But, like, I have been working, like, you know, in like the docks and shit. It's been a couple days a week. It's been all right. Just barely getting by, but
Nice.
It's cool. Yeah, it's cool. It's fucking.
You were like, fuck it, let's do COVID again. Oh, man. They're saying, like, did you see that shit I posted with the guy? Like, I'd never heard of that dude before. The Craig High or whatever. Like,
Craig High.
because they might do I don't know if that's his name. It was like some prediction like software that he made in the 90s. And then he predicted like some shit accurately. And then he's like, these events in history are going to happen. They'll get triggered by other events. And he was saying like in 1997, supposedly, he said the day after this certain trigger, 39 days after this certain trigger event, like a UFO invasion is going to happen. And the trigger event that he said in 1997 is going to be Joe Rogan interviewing Donald Trump.
What?
Which like didn't make any sense. Supposedly, yeah. This is what the fuck. I put the video in Discord. Supposedly when this guy said that, like, yeah, it was way before Joe Rogan ever fucking interviewed people. You know what I mean? But he said specifically, like, so 39 days after Joe Rogan interviewed Donald Trump, that just happened. That's going to be December 3rd. So, like, supposedly, according to this thing, if it's even fucking real, like the program itself is even real, then some dude predicted essentially that, yeah, on December 3rd of this year, which is like 2 weeks from now, there's going to be a fucking alien invasion.
Oh, yeah?
I mean, I don't know. 2 more weeks, bro. Like, we'll see. It's literally 2 weeks.
Damn.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Well,
Did you see it, though? It's in the Discord. It's like I posted this tweet.
I'm looking at it right now, but I didn't watch it, but I'm gonna check it out now.
Yeah,
It's
it's
a
short.
video?
It's one of those like TikTok. Yeah, it's like a TikTok clip, like a fucking.
All right, let me watch this real
It's a
quick.
short.
I don't know, man. This looks like some AI shit. Hold up.
It would make predictions for the stock market, but then he delved into it a little more. It's just like, let's see like what else it can predict. In 2009, it came up with a prediction of the future that there was going to be a battle in the air with the military and UFOs, and that even UFOs would be fighting UFOs.
Whoa.
But there had to be a trigger to
Set it in motion.
Yeah, set it in motion. It said that when this trigger happens, then 39 days later, this prediction will come true. Here's the crazy part. 2009. The trigger was Donald Trump would be interviewed by Joe Rogan.
Bro, no.
Nuh-uh.
No way, dude. That's crazy.
Yo. It's still there, dude.
Yeah, I just paused to like watch the video again.
Yeah, I don't know about this video.
Me neither, but like I looked up like Cliff High. I didn't see much. Like I saw a news. I'm like, did they just make this entire shit up? Like, what the fuck is Webbot in like '97?
Yeah, this is made up.
The entirety of the internet in '97 wasn't like that much data either. That's the wild thing. It's like, I mean, he said it's scanned till it made that prediction in 2009. So I guess that's the internet was way bigger, just like content wise.
I mean,
But
that wouldn't be crazy for Rogan to interview Trump at that time. He was just a TV star. He wasn't president yet. I don't know.
yeah. He didn't have a podcast though in 2009. Like he wasn't interviewing people. But I guess he could have talked to him at a fucking UFC fight or whatever.
When
Like
did that shit start?
Joe Rogan podcast.
Yeah.
My guess would be like 2012, 2013. Let me check.
That's when I first heard about it, like, but it had already been out for a minute. It's got to be like 2010 or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm just more curious about like if that story. I'm more curious about how does it determine that like that specific event is a trigger for that, you know? Like what's the fucking math behind that with your like it's doing predictions. He said for stock market, like okay, there's so many things that you know you could relate like internet information and data, like first of all the history of the stock market, like price action and everything for as long as was available on the internet, then like news as they relate to like commodities and different stocks and shit. Like it makes sense that you could predict stock market activity, but like predicting a UFO fucking invasion and like the trigger event for that is this other random interview happening, like it seems kind of weird. I if that's even a thing, I'd like to understand how you turn data into that kind of a prediction.
Yeah, I don't know.
2000.
Seems like a bullshit ass video.
Yeah, I know. It would just be hilarious if it actually happens. Though. Like I watched that today and I was like, dude, this is retarded. But like that would be hilarious if that's it. Like they've been doing Psi-Ops nonstop since COVID. Fucking Trump was on Rogan showing him how his ear grew back, dude. Like they've been doing it.
You see that?
I didn't see it. I just saw like a little clip where he didn't even show him. Like he didn't even turn towards the camera. He was just like, "Oh yeah, it's good. It's like it's great. We're doing great."
You
Like
got
what
a
the fuck,
scar or something? Or you said something like that, right?
dude? It's nothing. They just zoomed in like barely to the side of his head. It's just his ear. Like there's not even a scratch. There's fucking. It's ridiculous. But like everybody forgot about that. Everyone's like, "Oh no, it was legit." Like yeah, they got the guy immediately. Like. So just like yeah, I was like, damn, it's maybe it's time. Like even fucking presidential assassinations are barely like putting a dent in people. Like no one really reacted to that shit.
Dude,
Like a couple of people made YouTube videos on it, and then they used it as like a
people I know that aren't into conspiracies. They're all like, that shit was fake. It's like everyone knew.
And that's another thing too. Is like, yeah, but they did it for the lefties too. So like suddenly the people, like liberal. Democrat lefty types, they were just like, "Oh, it's a hoax," And I was like, "What? Like, what the fuck? You guys know what hoaxes are now? Like, I thought everything was real, Like, they don't ever call shit a hoax. Like, they knew this one was a clear hoax. Like, just because it's like it favors him somehow if he survives. So it's like, oh, hoax, fake. I was like, okay, what? I didn't know you guys knew hoax. What else? What else?
Everyone's like the background. The background looks fake.
Ever?
Like everyone in the background, guns are going off, and everyone's just like standing there. That doesn't happen, dude. When guns go off, people fucking
it looks super weird, especially that one lady. And they found her later. They're like, she was somebody, the one that takes like extra long to get down.
Yeah.
Imagine like you're in a stand, dude, and people just getting sprayed up, and the whole fucking crowd ducks, and you're just kind of like taking your time.
I'm either gonna like hit the deck or just run, like try to hide behind something.
Exactly, yeah. There's no like, you're not acting like you just maybe kicked over somebody's drink. She's like, oh, just like whatever. She forgot the cue, and he did some shit. There was like some misdirection shit too. Like he was pointing to a fucking
just like
stupid
duck down. They're like barely ducking down. They're like, oh shit, like that's not gonna stop a bullet.
Yeah. The fake Jibby guy was there. The like fake RFK Jr. dude.
Vincent Fusca.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, he's waiting for the perfect time. Then he's gonna rip off his mask and then JFK Jr.
Yeah, that's fucking insane to me. That thing just came and went, and like the dude went to 2 rallies like the 2 next days, and he had a little like piece of gauze and like tape over his ear.
Yeah.
And that was it. It was like, he did the perfect photo shoot. Who did they say? The guy who took the photo, like they kept calling it like, oh, this photo is iconic. The day it happened, they were already calling it iconic. Like usually that takes some time before you consider something iconic. This fucking photo hadn't even been published for like 12 hours. And they were all calling it, oh, it's such a great, iconic, historic photograph of like the triumph, And it turns out like the guy who took that picture was like famous for another like very famous shot. I can't remember which one it was, man. But I was like, oh, it's a fucking stage, dude. It's like a production. They just happen to have this like world-renowned photographer who took like another very famous shot. I can't remember which fucking one it was, but it's something like historical like that,
Which one?
He just happened to be at this specific rally. Oh fuck. You think I could Google that? Let's Google it.
Like there's like 40 million people in California, right? 10 million people voted in this election in California. Like most people just don't even care.
Yeah, I think this is what I'm saying about the CIA being like Hollywood in the media, bro. Like I think most of the shit is just happening on the media, and then the internet is an extension of that, and that's how you cause like mass hysteria, Like most people, yeah, they probably don't give a fuck. But if you were to just like watch TV and like internet clips all day, you'd probably be under the, Yeah. The idea that like this is the biggest thing in the world that's happening right now. No one, like people got shit to do. No, like for the most part, there are people who care for sure, but like,
oh yeah, my mom's.
It's not as.
Yeah, I got people in my family. They're all political, one way or the other, And like, who? Yeah, it's just boring, dude.
Yeah, like I can't believe you don't. That's the thing is they don't care, man. They're still playing in that realm where it's like, oh, this guy's gonna make the fucking decisions. You know, like all you have to do if you care enough is like realize that they're full of shit. They talk to you as a voter to just gain favor with you, so they like just say stuff that you want to hear, and like the changes that happen aren't really, you know, directly from them. And like it's a fucking job, bro. Like he's getting millions in campaign money for him to be able for you to see him on every screen and for him to tour every city and fucking do all this. Like he's not paying for that shit. He has bosses. So like if you care, you understand that this position that you guys hold so dearly is like a fucking he's an employee of somebody. Like someone's paying him. So then you should ask, like the next logical fucking question would be who's paying him? Because maybe that influences policy, all this fucking shit that they push on us. And maybe those are your actual president that you never voted for. And then you realize, oh, voting is fake and fucking gay. I'm voting for predetermined employees, bro. Like it's either going to be her or him. And they're both like employees of these fucking technocrats and dudes that actually own everything.
Yeah.
You know? He took fucking Peter Thiel took JD Vance to Mar-a-Lago. Like he introduced him to Trump. And no one thought that was weird. Like no one thought like, oh, that's like your boss taking you your intern. And he's like, okay, you guys, you know, play nice together. This is going to be your vice president. It's not like he just took him over there and Trump liked him and decided. And the interesting thing about this JD Vance guy was he was like, for the last 4 years, he was a hashtag never Trumper.
Yeah.
He was like very outspoken against Donald Trump. How the fuck 4 years later, the guy's running for president, and out of all the people in the world and all the fucking political like schmoozers and players and shit, you get this guy as your vice presidential thing. Well, it's like, then you find out it's public knowledge that like Peter Thiel fucking took him on his plane to Trump's house in Mar-a-Lago. And then not long after that, it was announced that he was going to be his like VP. That's to me, like it's enough, but no one likes that shit. They like the way I just told that story is not as entertaining as like watching the news and getting all fucking emotional and like playing for a team. It's like a fucking sport, you know, like, oh, let's watch some football. Let's watch some
video like who owns BlackRock and shit. And they like trace it, and it's like this weird loop. Like Merrill Lynch owns most of it, but then Merrill Lynch is owned by. It's just like it's some weird fucking loop that kind of holds the economy together. It seems like.
Yeah, dude, they're playing like just fucking. When you own everything, that's what you got to do to make it look like a free market, to make it look like democracy, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Like they put up all these fronts and stuff, but it's the same, you know. Like no one ever. They think you have options, like with media and stuff, but even those, they're like owned by these fucking guys. Peter Thiel owns Rumble, bro. They moved, so they're propping up all these guys, like the defenders of free speech, like Donald Trump and Elon Musk. Look what he did at Twitter, like
TNT.
Yeah, you're just allowed to say like a couple words now that previously got you banned, and it's like the best Psi-Op ever, because like what they want to do actually, like the ultimate goal is to fucking data mine everybody, and they're doing and profile everybody based on their internet activity and stuff. So like all they do is they keep fragmenting. So YouTube just over the years got more like strict and just totalitarian almost, bro. They just fucking, you know, delete your videos and give you strikes, and you like appeal it. No, a robot fucking just is like, no, whatever, appeal denied. It's very like, and you can't say shit. Like people are speaking in code now when they make videos, and they're censoring out very normal words that you would use in everyday conversation, if you know, especially when
they're
discussing certain topics.
Comedian specials too, so now they're trying to
go
somewhere else.
Yeah, and that's all by design. People are acting like, no, again, we should attribute that to like certain characters. So like these guys bad because they don't like free speech, but so like go over to Rumble, and like, or BitChute, and it's like you already know exactly what you're gonna get when you go to those platforms. You know, it's like they created all these like hive minds, and they want to create like platform specific fucking, like, drive them all to their own platforms in a time where it'll profile you later. And that's what the guy's working on. Like, he has pre-crime systems, this Peter Thiel dude, making Palantir and shit. And they were testing it out in Iraq and Afghanistan for like the last fucking 15 years, maybe. I don't know. CIA, Q Intel money, like, fuck out of here. They're pre-crime. So like, how did they do that? In Minority Report, it's like, it's basically like tracking user data. So like, if all your information's on the internet, but then they also consider it like criminal activity to like access or read certain things on the internet, like what type of content do you consume? Conspiracy content, fucking, you know, whatever. They'll just have everyone profiled, and like, that's who made Trump president. It's not fucking, you know, our democracy. People are crying about our democracy. It's like, bro, the shit is rigged. It was rigged. Like, you can't win. It's just what plan are they going to go to entertain you guys for the next 4 years and do fucking rallies, and you go out there and you wave your stupid flag and you do at like the other side. You just diss each other, and so yeah, it's like fucking Lakers game or some shit. Bread and circus, dude. And that fucking assassination attempt is the worst.
Yeah.
Doug Mills has been covering presidents for more than 40 years. So the dude's name is Doug Mills, the photographer. I'm just trying to remember what famous.
Yeah, it's good, dude. It's crazy how fake that shit, obviously, the Trump shooting is. Yeah.
Dude, the picture of him like on the ground between the like Secret Service legs, and he's just like, there's like 2 lines of like red stuff.
My friend,
just like dripping down.
He's the one that told me, yo, that shit's called a squib. They have him on set. My friend, the actor dude from Pineapple Express, he's like, yeah.
Oh, he's like a prop. Yeah.
It's called a squib or something like that. And yeah, it's just, you just slap it and then the blood comes out. It's obviously what happened.
Dude, it's so little. Like, why isn't it bleeding, man? You know that picture with the dude that looks like Ed, like when he's already standing up? I'm looking at it right now. Like, he's just
seen it in a long time since that shit happened. I haven't looked at that.
Okay, hold on. I want to just screenshot part of it real quick. Actually, let me see if I can drag and drop the whole thing. You got to see this shit.
I never thought about that first attempt on his life, on the first time he ran. That was fake as shit too, probably. I didn't even think I thought about that.
They had to give you visuals with this one. There was like a little distraction. It was so bad, dude. Here, look. Let me make sure I put this in the right server. All right. Look. Click it. Dude.
What? Where is it at? In the server? Oh, okay, I see it.
Like, there's.
Why would there be blood like
listen,
that?
That's what I'm saying. It's disconnected, first of all. So, like, unless he wiped it off, but
Yeah, he,
like
wiped
it's
his
just,
face.
dude, that, like, if you had a big ass like mosquito, it would make that much blood. All I'm saying is he got sniped at, and it took a chunk of his ear off. Like, I don't know how the fuck that misses your head anyway, but like, let's just entertain it. Like, yeah, he just hit his ear only and missed his head. Like, why is it not still bleeding? Like, why isn't there any blood on his collar or like down his neck? There's nothing. It's red on his ear, and then there's 2 lines across his face. That's it. And it's not even connected to the fucking thing. Like, that's what's pissing me off too. Like, the picture. Hold up. There's the other one where he's on the ground, and you can't really tell because. Check it. It's just, look. So the same photographer got this shot, right? This is right before he stood up. He went down. I'm sure they like applied this, whatever the fuck this is, terribly. But all you're really seeing here, like here, there's three lines, kind of. There's like the one that kind of goes across under his nose, like where his mustache would be. You see that in the picture. But the Secret Service guy's leg is like covering up his ear, and if that line is even connected to it at that point. And then the one under it, I guess. But like, I don't know, bro. It feels like a little bit. That looks like you spilled something. Not you got a chunk of your ear like blown off.
Why was this
Unless
guy
it's
taking
that precise.
pictures? Like he was just like taking pictures.
Yeah. They interviewed him. The interview that I was looking at right now is on CNN. How photographers captured the Trump assassination attempt. Like there's a whole article about it.
This one has the 2 stripes,
Even-
and the other one has 3 stripes.
Oh no, wait. His name is Evan Vucci. Wait, who the fuck is the other guy then?
There's 2.
Doug
there's
Mills
3
has been covered.
stripes right here, right? 3 blood stripes. But then when he stands up, he only has 2. Doesn't make a lot of sense.
Okay, here they got a zoomed in picture on this thing for whatever fucking reason. Blood is on Trump's ear and face in the immediate aftermath of the shooting. Here, like, look at his ear.
Hold up.
What about it?
What? I need to understand. Like, what? How did it get? Like,
Did he get shot in
How?
the brain
Where?
right here? You got shot in the brain, or it went out? Like where would?
that's what I'm saying.
Is
Yeah,
that
like,
it? A chunk of his ear?
I thought it was supposed to be the lobe at the top. Like later, he had the Band-Aid. It was like halfway there, up at the top. So like a Mike Tyson, fucking the same way he bit Holyfield, supposedly, like a chunk of this upper earlobe.
Is this red tie?
This
Trump or
just doesn't
blue
look like
tie?
anything. This just looks like his ear is colored. But like, if it is that dark spot right above like the inner ear crevice, there's like a dark spot that would be in his head. Like, there's no fucking angle where you could shoot a guy there from like a rooftop and it just go through his ear and then what? Like make a hard left.
It looks like maybe.
And on Rogan, he wasn't even doing that. He was just kind of like flicking his ears, like, "Oh yeah, it's fine, it's all good."
This is
he
like
didn't
a
like,
perfect
you know.
circle, like a brush in Photoshop, like a one.
Yeah,
Look at that perfect circle. And there's one there too. This is like Photoshop, dude. Like a bad clone. Like someone was using the cloning tool and just fucking up.
yeah. Look at his hair. It's almost.
Yeah,
Is
what
that
is
his
this?
hair? Like it looks like there's. It looks like there's hair like in the red at the top.
Hair in the
You
red.
see it? Like, yeah, like as if that piece of hair that's like just kind of coming out from there. You see like the lines.
Oh, right here.
I don't know, dude.
Yeah, like yeah, that whole top section. Yeah, it's got like. There's a line right through. Like it looks like you literally just colored it over. Whatever. Even if they dipped his ear in some shit, it just
Dude,
looks fucking stupid, man. Like I don't.
Check this out, man. How is there not blood in his hair right here? This shit is like layered right here. This is a Photoshop layer. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Yeah. There's a little bit in that, as if that strand is selected. Like, look how there's the ones
Yeah.
like
Yeah, one
halfway
strand.
down. Where it's,
Yeah, right there.
yeah. It just like bled over a little bit, and that still doesn't make sense. Like, why would blood act like that, dude? Did it just pierce him? Like, did it just pierce him? Because then it would just be running down at least from one spot. Even if it wasn't a lot of blood, there would be blood like enough that it made a
Is
little
this the
like.
official picture though that this guy did?
Yeah, dude. This is.
Yeah, this
These
is
are a
bad.
bunch. Yeah, these are all on
What's going on
CNN.
here? It's like
Here's the.
there's like a shadow.
So there's two photographers. There was him and there was Doug Mills. Look, here's.
There's something photoshopped about this, man. I don't know, man.
This one is zoomed in like hell, but yeah, it looks fucking terrible. And then there's this. So like,
This ear doesn't even make sense right here. What, like, I don't know, man. That shit is photoshopped on.
click open in browser when you click this one so that you'll get the bigger version of it. Like on Discord, when you click it, there's a thing at the bottom that says open in browser. Click that and then just take a look. Tell me what the fuck. Like, I will just want to be explained where he got shot. He went on fucking Rogan and kind of like dodged it. Like they said, oh yeah, he acted like he gave a sufficient answer. But I was like, wait, what? Dude, now you're all good and recovered and you're going to be president again. Like, let's talk about it.
This shit looks crazy right there.
He has like Wolverine healing powers, man. He was healing as soon as he got shot. The two lines on the face, like just dark, that little smudge, like it's just really bad. Quick makeup? Like when you duck down, we're gonna do this. He did like touch his ear. They're like, oh, that was his instinct from like getting hit.
His ear
but I was like, what's the angle
right here, man? That looks like a weird ass ear to me. Fuck. I'm pretty high, but that shit looks weird, man.
No, yeah, it'll be weird when you're not high too, bro. Like, come back, look at it. It's fucking dumb. But yeah, all that just to say, like, if they did the alien Psi-Op next month, that would be
fake, first of all. The background looks fake, man. Look at the shading. Like all the different ways the shading is going. Anyway,
they're all just standing up still and like holding signs, like, okay, we got it. Everyone's good. Like these people didn't disperse. This is like after he got shot, after he stood up.
Oh yeah, the background. They're just standing up. They didn't fucking like.
Waving signs still. Like they got their signs in the air still.
Dude, if there was shots went out, dude, the party's over. Everyone's going for the exits, man. Like, the fuck?
Yeah. Fight. He got up and said, fight. What the fuck? Fight who? Like,
yeah.
Why would that be? Why would that be a reaction of an 80-year-old man getting shot, dude?
Dude, everything about this shit was fake as fuck, you know? That fight.
My brother wasn't here. He was like out of the country when it happened. I remember, like, I didn't even see this shit. Like, I was asleep. I woke up and he's like, dude, what do you think of this Trump shit? I was like, what? I had to go look it up. And he was like, yeah, it's fake as fuck, right? I was like, oh, dude, yeah. I mean, I looked at it for like 10 seconds. I woke up that morning. I was having coffee. I was like, oh, what the fuck? They did it? Like, they did the fucking Trump survived the assassination Psi-Op? Amazing. Like, he's like reverse JFK, you know? Like,
yeah, it's crazy.
He's the badass that.
Yeah,
he said fight. I didn't. It's like a weird act. It's like terrible, dude. It felt like he was on WWF again.
But this
dude, fight. He's like bloody face.
You know the dude Patrick Bet David or whatever, Valuetainment.
Yeah.
I showed that video where he's like talking about those envelopes, right? What do you think about that? He brought up Q out of nowhere, like no one's talking about Q, and he brings it up a week before the election. That's weird, right? And
he's like some super Jew, man. I don't really know much about him. What's the video? He was just talking about QAnon?
The video, it's like one of his latest videos. He's talking about what's in the envelopes. It was part of the QAnon. It was one of the posts, right? The Q post, and it was like, there's like at Bush Senior's funeral, like people are given these envelopes, and they get a weird expression on their face after they see the envelopes. And Jeb Bush and Laura Bush, they look like they fucking looked at a dead body or something crazy, dude. They look horrified, you know? But I don't know. But it's just like, it's also at his dad's funeral, so he's probably upset anyway. You know what I mean? So, but anyway, that dude, the Valuetainment dude, the influencer guy. He puts out this video recently, so I don't know. I just thought it was like weird, like they're bringing back the Q shit or what? Like Trump already won.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Oh, okay. Check it out. So I found the dude's Wikipedia page. The photographer who took the main the first ones, and obviously hold up. Let me just post it. Oh fuck. The one with his fist in the air. You know it? Like the famous one?
I mean, I saw the video. I don't remember the
Here.
picture.
It's the one with the Ed looking guy, like looking right at the camera and fucking this. Here, look. Just looks like a movie poster, man. Like some fake shit.
Yeah. Where's Ed?
Yeah. So,
In the back or next to him?
no, this guy right next to him, like looking straight at the camera. Yeah.
Trump, he's only like 5'10" and shit.
Who? Trump?
Yeah, but before he was saying he was like 6'5" or 6'3" or all these different numbers.
Trump or Ed? Ed is fucking tall, yeah.
No, Trump.
Yeah. It's like that's what they see. This is the thing, man. I can't do politics. Like I watched this guy and Joe Biden debate, and it was like two old guys talking about their weight and their golf swing and shit, and like their golf record. He's like, you lied about your whatever. He's like, you lied. You know, you're fat. Like, it's like, I'm in shape. That's a political debate for like the most important fucking thing that you should like base your life off of and like cry and like get emotional about. I watched that debate, man. It was like I couldn't believe what the fuck I was. They just like they're so bad. They're like it's like old guys trying to act like they're hip, you know. So like no, like we know about world issues. Like yeah, there's this, and you know, like obviously there's a whole team of people like telling them what their position on everything is. But like a debate, that wasn't a debate. They didn't debate shit. It was like a weird pissing contest between two old guys, like just trying to diss each other, but it's cringe, you know, like fuck. And they're never talking about like actual points. Like the moderator had to ask them to stay on topic like several times. Imagine.
I didn't watch any of them because like the first one, they're like, he sucked. He didn't do shit with the Kamala broad. So because like in the 2016, he like smashes on everybody. Like he's like, you suck.
Yeah, but that's what it was. It was more like a rap battle than a fucking like talking about anything like, you know. Like this fucking CNN moderator, dude. It's a show made specifically for CNN. Like that, those fucking debates are like, it's a CNN presents like program. You know, the presidential debate. Like just think of that.
Dude, that first
like
it's their classic. He's just fucking talking mad shit on everyone. It's like, look at you.
Yeah.
Look at your face.
Yeah. That's what he was doing here. He was talking about his golf swing and how much he could lift and shit. It was so weird, dude. They're like you're both old as fuck. It's like it's not like you're gonna fucking lead your military into battle or something. You're not some fucking. It's not an actual leader. It's just an old guy like figurehead fucking because you guys like to get emotional about this thing.
I didn't vote.
Yeah,
but my mom was like, "Are you gonna vote?" I'm like, "No, it's fake and stupid." She's like, "Well, you gotta vote." I'm like, "If I was gonna vote, I would vote for Trump. So do you want me to vote?"
It's like that meme. You don't know which button to press. That's how they'll react to that. But there were people freaking out, dude, for like 2-3 days after the election or whatever. I saw there was just like mad compilation videos of like TikTok and YouTube and all social media, like people just fucking freaking out. Yeah. Like 2 of my friends killed themselves already today. You know, like, oh my God, what the fuck? It's not even like noon. 2 of your friends already killed themselves because of a guy on TV. Like, that's fucking insane, dude.
Yeah, I don't know if any of that's true. Maybe some of it. Who knows?
No, but like that's the thing is like it tells you the state of mind of people. They're having complete fucking meltdowns, and the first thought is like, let me record this, and then let me publish it to the world. Like it's not even. You know, like I'm just trying to imagine anything that could like rile me up or get me that fucking emotional. And for whatever reason, I decide like the best idea when I'm feeling that way is to like film it and share it with everybody. Me just like crying and fucking snot coming out of my face and like just like, oh, it's like the end of the world as we know it, and just like
The only people
blasting
in my
it out
life
there.
that care about that is like my mom and dad, like politics.
Good for you, man. Yeah, I don't have anybody in my life that cares about politics.
My dad,
That's
he
good
told me
though.
one
We're
time
like,
a couple years ago, he's like, "Wait, you sound like a Trump follower and shit. Or you watch Fox News?" I'm like, no, they're fake.
yeah,
Man. It's all fake.
yeah. They don't get that. Like a lot of people have a hard time with that. Even the other side, right? Like the Trump supporters. You remember how PPC used to get on my ass because I used to tell them like Trump is fucking fake too. Like I was like, yeah, fuck Biden. I was like, yeah, hell yeah, fuck Biden. I was like, but motherfuck Trump too. Like he sucks. And they're like, oh, this fucking. I became everything again. I became like fucking David Banner called me a Biden supporter. And mind you, neither me or David Banner are American even. So like this is another level of the delusion. Like we're not gonna. You know, none of us are voting. I'm saying fuck both those guys, and you're calling. He called me like a pedo. He called me like he's like
Damn.
face the fucking pedo and Biden supporter. I was like, I never said anything remotely positive about Joe Biden in my life, except that like maybe he made me laugh a couple times because it's fucking hilarious. Like I can't believe you guys take this person seriously in any capacity ever. You know, that's the only remotely nice thing I've ever had to say about the guy. So you're just getting supporter off the fact that your brain can't handle that. I think both candidates are fucking clowns. And there's a lot of people like that. Like it's not
You ever
this
see
unique
that
position.
compilation of him saying racist shit from like C-SPAN? From like the 80s and the 80s and the 90s, and
No.
just saying racist shit after racist shit. It's hilarious.
I've seen it. Yeah, some shit. Oh, the best thing he said racist was when in his old age, man. That last election when he's like, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black. Like he straight up told people
to Charlemagne.
to qualify. That was on like fucking Breakfast Club or something, or some call-in. He just straight up
Breakfast
just
Club.
did a video thing. Yeah, he was just like, "Oh, you don't get to fucking like this is what defines your blackness is you voting for me. Like I say what's black, you know? Like, and the people who cry about racism all day and shit, they didn't have no problem with that. Everyone was like, "Oh yeah, checks out." Like imagine Donald Trump had said something like that because he's the racist one and he's the thing. But it's this. It's like selective fucking delusion. It's the same as when people. I used to say I don't know about these fucking flat Earth dudes on YouTube, and for fucking years people go, "Oh, he's the fake flat earther." Like I've been on the internet just LARPing as a flat earther. I don't know who the fuck would want to do that, but yeah, it was me. It was me supposedly. Like I just played the role that I was interested in this fucking flat earth shit, but like I was lying. Like in my heart, I was a secret globe lover. The fuck. So stupid, bro. Like, but that's what they'll do. That's the shit they'll come up with just to get. Because like, why doesn't he? Yeah, why doesn't he think like us about everything? And it's like, well, because man, you guys like the whole thing you pride yourself on is like having discernment. And the easiest fucking thing in the world to discern is that if you care to discern is that like politics, like the fucking clown show, is fake and gay. That's it. If you're over 30 years old, like you should definitely know. Maybe people in their 20s, like I get it, like you're fresh out of college age and shit. Like social media is like a big part of your fucking, you know, your like thought process. I get it. But like if you're 30 and up, dude, if you're 40, if you're like 50, 60, fuck that. Fuck you. Like you have zero discernment, or you're like, again, just like willingly ignorant about certain shit because you like that story. Like that's entertaining for you. Like you want to be part of that team. You want to be part of that group. You want to
like the Trilateral Commission and like the Foreign Relations Committee or whatever it is, the FCR or the FR, whatever it is. Yeah. I first heard all that shit in like 93 or something, 92, 93. Like that info's been out for a while that it's like one team, you know?
Yeah. And then you should have like just living life, like you should have seen or seen enough, man. Like obviously they don't fucking, like you got to stop attributing these changes that happen to other things. Like, oh, he fixed the economy. Oh, this guy ruined the economy. Oh, this guy took us to war. This guy didn't take us to war. It's like there's a timeline on those shits, and doesn't it's not based on these people. It's based on who their bosses, who also determined when they're gonna be in there. Like, stop it, man. If you were a kid, I was the most hopeful kid when I was young. Like in the 80s, I used to think like, oh fuck, like the UN exists. That's amazing. You know?
Yeah,
Like
I used to
that's
believe all
when I
that
bought
shit.
into the story. Yeah, I was a kid, bro. I was like, okay, but they're doing it. Like they formed the peaceful group at least where like people from all countries could like meet up and just solve all the problems. This is going to be amazing. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like I totally bought the shit. I was like, all right,
Yeah.
surely by the time I'm an adult, everything's going to be good. Like there's no one's going to be poor or fucking starving and homeless. There's not going to be wars for sure. Like what the fuck? That's retarded. If we all go, you know what I mean? No one's just going to be dying for their country and shit. Like, but like fast forward fucking decades after that, man. Every decade I'm like, get the fuck. And then it's just different. Like you're doing different levels of research once you learn some shit that you weren't taught in school. Like I was like, oh, the shit has been phony. Oh fuck, those groups literally created the United Nations that I had like such big hopes for. I was in like Model UN when I was in high school, dude. I like participated in that shit. Like I don't know, it was like the cool thing to do. I thought,
Participated
oh
in
yeah,
what?
like Model UN. It's like you get assigned. They do the shit internationally too. They do them but like different schools. It's like debates or something kind
It's
of.
like
But like
speech
you
and
get
debate type
assigned
shit.
like yeah. You get assigned a country.
Uh-huh.
Like different groups get assigned countries and like from different schools, and you literally represent those countries in like a mock-up like United Nations like General Assembly meeting. It's crazy. It's like super like sophisticated, and they write like
That's pretty cool.
yeah, it's nuts. It's
My
but
sister
that's the
was.
end of it. Like literally, that was the end of me like trying to
Oh, did you
act
actually
like
do
this
it?
or like yeah, like a little bit. I didn't travel. I didn't go. Like they went to fucking
Was that high school or
like there's
junior
an
high?
annual high school. I think they have it. Yeah, it's probably like 10th or 11th grade or something. They have like two. One of them's in the States somewhere, I think, and the other one's like in The Hague, in like the Netherlands, where they have the actual thing. It's like the other United Nations, like I forget what building or like facility or something, but it's there. They have like this international thing, and it's for students. It's for like international students to do whatever fucking model United Nations bullshit they do.
Yeah. I grew up on conspiracies, My dad was into alien shit, and then my mom was all about an anti-nuclear fucking, you know? She was like anti-government, but now she's all for the government. But my sister, she was in that speech and debate shit. She like, have you ever heard of Toastmasters? Hello?
Postmasters?
Yeah.
No.
It's like some speech and debate bullshit, but it's all like, I don't know, man. All these politicians are in that shit. You know what I mean? Speech and debate. It's like getting them ready, like weeding out, finding the people that'll be pawns. Puppets. Like anyone
Jaybird,
that's really
if you're there.
idealistic, they gotta blackmail them. Someone that wants to change something. I don't know.
That was the end of it. Like literally by my 20s, I was already, because like when I was 20, 9/11 happened. And I was like, wait a minute. Like I was looking at that shit live and I was like, what the fuck? This is weird.
Yeah, when that
And then
happened,
this,
dude,
like,
I didn't even I watched it in the morning, you know, like I just got out of prison, you know. I didn't think much about it, and I didn't watch TV at that time, so like I wasn't even aware of like all this conspiracy shit till way later, like a decade later.
Yeah. No, it just hit me then that I was like, wait a minute, this story is being told all over the news right now on like every fucking channel. And then they had the guy, like they knew who was responsible, and they're like, oh yeah, it's the return of like Bin Laden. He came back. Like remember he tried to like blow up the towers in '94, and this is like the sequel. And he did it, and he did it with planes. And then they start talking about these dudes with like box cutters, and I was like, what the fuck? Like how did they get there, dude? Like what are you talking about? How the fuck? And then the Pentagon one, and I was like, where's the plane? Like what are you talking? Man, I had a moment because like I was hearing the shit. But like what they're showing is like it doesn't match up, and the story being told seems kind of fucking stupid. And then the politics and all the shit that happened afterwards, that's like when I was just like, all right, man, like the media, like there's this thing. That's when I first started looking at like the idea of like media manipulation, like how they fucking present stories and the fucking dirty like tricks that they use and shit. And yeah, it kind of like took me there because I always had the sense like there was no group or anything at the time or like a group of people talking about it. That's not what I was doing on the internet, like, but it was bad. And I was like, all right, there's all these people like experts and fucking architects and engineers and shit, and they're telling you how the shit is impossible.
Yeah,
And there were all these different anomalies, bro. But the story kept on. Like, it was never corrected in the media. And then it became history. And, like, I watched that shit happen. So I was like, oh, what the fuck? Like, this is, you know, that it made me kind of just, like, reevaluate every, like, major fucking news story ever. And then just, like, now, yeah, fast forward all these years later, dude, I'm pretty sure, like, that's it. Like, it's, like, collective spell that everyone's under, and most of it is like through media. Well, like Psi-Ops are rampant as fuck.
What happened for me is like at that time in my life I was partying and not watching TV. I was working and partying and just not watching TV, especially not the news. And then like years later, one of my cousins was like, yo, fucking look at this Alex Jones shit. And I remembered Alex Jones from Y2K. I was like, nah, fuck all that. You know, and so I didn't it was probably like 2012 before I really looked at like, but yeah, it was like about 2012 I learned about Building 7. I never knew nothing about Building 7. When I saw the Building 7 shit, I was like, oh fuck, if you know.
Yeah, like, exactly.
It's like 11 years plus later, you know, fuck. And I was like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
That, I mean, to me, that's the building not going down to BBC Broad and just Building 7 itself. Like, it doesn't add up, dude. It wasn't hit by a plane. Like, it's ridiculous nonsense.
It fell in solidarity with its fellow towers.
What about the Marriott? No one ever talks about the Marriott got fucked off, right? Supposedly, from debris.
The one with the there was one where they blocked off with tape, bro. Like that was proof that planes hit it. Was in front of like some hotel in Manhattan. They had police tape just blocking off the entrance of the hotel, and there was one fucking just like landing gear wheel right there. Just the wheel. Yeah. Right really? In the fucking middle of the street. It looks so fucking.
I've never seen any footage of like actual wreckage in New York. That would be something, dude.
Yeah, it just all turned to dust, dude. It was just white dust everywhere, and then, but for whatever reason, there's a fully fucking like just a perfect airplane wheel intact, like right in front of that's the only surviving thing, like that in the dude's passport, like a terrorist passport specifically, like
but
in the rubble.
Like it was years later, or maybe it was a year later. They found an engine in between two of the buildings nearby, like one of the airplane engines. Do you remember that shit?
No, but that is
fantastic. Look that one up. They found one of the engines between these two buildings. It was only like 4 feet between these two buildings. That's why they didn't find it. They just missed it. They overlooked it, even though they combed that whole area, right? Like,
Yeah, we built the whole city. They did a
I'll look that
whole.
engine found between buildings.
Yeah, yeah, there it is. Shit, I was looking for the landing gear, and this says the same thing. So I just found a BBC article from 2013 that says part of 9/11 plane landing gear found in New York. Like the 5 feet, it has this piece of metal. It says the 5 foot piece of metal was found wedged between two buildings.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah, that's the one you're talking about. That's hilarious because I was looking for the picture of the wheel in front of the hotel.
Yeah, there. It seems like there was a picture in between the buildings or something that what I saw.
Yeah.
But wasn't that they found that like maybe 5 years later or something crazy? Maybe it was the next year. I don't know. When did they found that passport? Like a year later, or?
No, immediately. Don't you remember they identified these guys? Fucking. It was like a
right
couple
away?
days, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know the whole story, man. I didn't really, like I said, I never looked into it. And so, like, now to look into it now, I looked into it a little bit now, but there's all this fucking engineers and whatever. There's all this different theories and crap. It's like JFK,
Dude.
You can waste your time with it, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, no, there's one definitive thing that you could just see, like, summary is that Corbett report one. Like, Hitch always posts it.
Yeah, that one's pretty good. I've seen that.
He just gives a rundown of the things, and it's like, dude, so much shit was just, like, unaccounted for and then like, deliberately blocked
That airplane
by
stopped
government.
line.
Like, every time they... Yeah, it was dumb.
But like I told you, my cousin that he said like, yeah, he was into stocks at that time, and like his stock buddy or whatever, I don't know if it was a broker or a buddy of his, told him like get rid of all your airplane shit. But he's like, I don't have no airplane shit. But and then 9/11 happened, right? And then the same fool, he told me he was in the Bahamas, and he knows some high up Muslim dude from Iran, I think. And what's his name was he said dude was at his pad, or he's seen him at his pad, Bin Laden. This is after he was supposedly killed at sea or whatever.
Oh.
And then I looked
Yeah,
online, and there are like sightings of him in the Bahamas, so I don't know, man.
Dude, like, when he was on, supposedly, like, he was on the FBI top 10 most wanted list, like, the most fucking wanted international terrorist, CNN went and interviewed him in a fucking cave.
Yeah.
Like, think about that for a second. Like, American journalists went overseas, they traveled, and they went to the most top secret, like, the government doesn't know where he is, but they do. You know what I mean? It's like, what the fuck? And then what? Like, you didn't even get questioned when you came back? Like, the government, if that was real, like, somehow you guys are super undercover. But it was CNN. It wasn't some fucking independent journalist group, locals. It was like American dudes from CNN, a whole camera crew, a fucking guy with a mic. Like, they had to have some electricity set up somehow because they're in the middle of a cave, supposedly. Some internet connection, some broadcasting equipment. It was a whole fucking crew. It's not just one guy. And yeah, I mean, the guy is he comes from a fucking insanely wealthy Saudi Arabian family. Like, but that's the thing. They're just like, oh, you know, he was radicalized and stuff. Like, yeah, he was totally like an elitist dude, you know. But then he became radical Muslim, and this is his thing, is like to take down the West and all this bullshit. No, dude, CIA agent, 100%. Like, again, CNN interviewed him. No one cares about that. Like, to me, it's just like, you can't talk around that, bro. You know, like, what kind of cartoon shit is that? Like, if he was I don't know, bro. If you talk to if you interviewed a murder suspect just in your city, and he was wanted just in your city locally. Like the fucking cops knew about him or whatever, and there was a fucking warrant out for him, and he was evading the law. If they knew that you went and did a fucking hour interview with him with a camera crew and at his hiding spot, the cops would come for you immediately, and they'd be like, "Where the fuck was he?" So now multiply that to the, again, top 10 most wanted individual by the U.S. government in the fucking world. And yeah, CNN just does the thing, and they come back and they maintain total like confidentiality. They're like, oh, we won't tell them. We're not going to tell the government. Get the fuck out of here, man. And this is all before the thing too. So like, imagine he did that. You wouldn't even go back at least to get an idea of where this guy was. You go invade another country off the back of that fucking thing, and then go evade the country that he's supposedly being held in. Then it's not that, and he's actually hiding out in Pakistan. And then they're like, "Oh yeah, we killed him. Don't worry about it. We got him, and we threw his body over like what? We threw his body into the ocean. Like Obama came and did a fucking announcement at some that media, like the correspondence dinner or whatever. He was making jokes about it, like, haha, we got the guy. It's like stand-up comedy, man. It's fucking terrible. You killed the most wanted man in the world. There's like one photo kind of it, and then you just dumped his body overboard, like into the sea. Is that common practice? Like, I don't know how it works when you...
They said they didn't want them to make a monument for this dude, So they just
there was other things
that was
came out. They said per Islamic tradition, and it's like, first of all, there is no Islamic tradition of burying people at sea, so that was bullshit. And then second of all, like, what, you're respecting his religion? You just like took this guy out, like you murdered him, like you sought him out because he's the most evil guy ever, supposedly. Like you're honoring what he, the way he would want to be buried. That makes no fucking sense.
Yeah,
you caught the bad guy and then you buried him the way he requested. Like, stop
were
it.
Killed, right? And then they weren't. Then they were alive. Then they were killed. I don't know what's.
Yeah. No, there's this one guy who like he made a whole career out of it now. One of SEAL Team 6 or whatever. He's the guy that wrote the book. He's doing all the podcasts and shit now. He goes on podcasts. He's nuts. I used to keep getting videos of him. I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? Like, I thought
they all died.
He's some fucking crisis actor. He's just doing all the rounds for the media now, talking about like very detailed, like about the operation and like how we snuck in. And they said all this weird shit that they found like in his hideout. Like he was obsessed with porn, but also like Whitney Houston. Like he loved Whitney Houston supposedly, and he had like all her albums, and I can't remember what the fuck. There's all these different stories. It's like this weird. There's like urban legends and shit about all the stuff they found in his hideout in Pakistan, and like over the years, those things changed. Like shit got added to it, and shit changed. Parts of the story that you never heard before from supposedly like people who were there. But just like anything else, man, once you look into just like the information that's presented and you put it all kind of next to each other, it sucks. It's fucking terrible. So, 2015, I was at my computer. I was watching other like basic conspiracy shit. And then I literally had the question in my head, like, why do people, it happened twice. I remembered as a phrase, like somehow just through my consumption of media, I remembered the phrase like nobody died at Sandy Hook. Just that. Like I never really cared about Sandy Hook when it happened. I remember when it happened, I was like, oh, fuck, that's fucking insane. Like, oh, what, But then like one day I just remembered that phrase. Like I was like, why would anyone say nobody died at Sandy Hook? So I looked it up. And, like, that's all it takes. Again, it's just one of these things where you look it up and you're like, oh, what the fuck kind of Psi-Op is this? Like, this is a weird movie, and it's fucking terribly done, But, like, most people don't watch the movie. They just watch, a clip or a news piece, and they get their emotions fucked with. Like, they act like they're interviewing, like, a parent or whatever. Yeah, but they don't see the whole thing or, like, all the information and how it was given and how weird it is when you just put it next to each other. and all the anomalies that like there's no fucking explanation for, like why a bunch of the crisis actors that became integral parts of the story, like in the media, were on video fucking rehearsing their lines, bro. Like that Gene Rosen guy, there's clips of him. They're like, oh no, do it again, like a cameraman, like on set.
the dad?
No, he was like the Jew, like neighbor dude who supposedly like the bus driver dropped all the kids over. Huh? Oh yeah, the J Dogs, the J Birds. Gene Rosen, man. Look at that fucking guy. He sucked. But yeah, like it was just a bunch of shit like that. And then I started looking at like, what the fuck? That's a thing. And then I found Ole Demigard and those guys, all these people that were doing like full fucking presentations on like Psi-Ops, like straight up fucking media, real life, like drill recording of real life stimulations and drills that are like presented on the media as like real events, you know? And there's so many of them, and it's like international, and like so many of these things that become like the news story wherever the fuck it's happening.
Event 201?
Yeah.
Supposedly there was like something similar made for the bird flu or the something like that. And,
oh yeah.
So that happened like recently, right? So maybe there'll be another pandemic in the next few months.
Yeah.
Next year.
They're pushing for it. They're pushing for it hard. That Tedros guy, the head of the World Health Organization, he's been quoted saying some wild shit. He was like, no one's going to be able to fucking like refuse the vaccines this time. Like they already have that shit ready to go. The next one, like this monkeypox stuff.
He's always listening to NPR, and I heard him saying something about masks. Mandates are back in San Francisco or something like that.
Yeah, like, I mean, it's cool, bro. You guys want to do it? Like, again, I'm all for like freedom of choice and shit. Like, go ahead, look, do whatever makes you feel comfortable. But like, if you just look at the mixed info, there's nothing to support that. It's kind of dumb. But let's like leave me alone. Like, let's agree that I'm not killing anybody and I'm not a threat to nobody. Like, don't try to pull that shit again. How like if you don't participate, you're the cause of COVID. It's like, no, that's not how anything works, ever.
Yeah, I don't know.
But they do that. They do that
like last time.
Listen, Bill Gates was on last time talking about the next time. He was like rubbing his little fucking palms together, and he was talking about next time that people aren't going to be able to refuse the shot because it's going to be like self-spreading. And that's kind of what this guy was pushing on too. So I don't know if they're trying to develop some technology, and I don't even know if it'll come from that shit specifically, but they're calling it like it will like spread. It'll like have a contagious effect where like,
I noticed, dude.
It doesn't matter if you get it or not. You're gonna get it by being around people.
Dude, ever since like about election day, they've been spraying the sky like crazy.
Yeah, same here.
Like what the fuck? So like I don't know. I'm not hanging out outside. Whenever I see that shit, I'm like, I go inside, dude. Fuck that. They're crisscrossing.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
I don't know if they're doing anything, man. Like they say it's just cloud seeding, but fuck that.
It's the fact that you didn't admit to it at first. They left it up in the air as conspiracy theory for fucking 20 years at least, bro. And now everyone's just like, oh yeah, what do you mean? It's just like cloud. It's like they're acting like it's this harmless thing. And it's like, well, you don't get to fucking do that now, Because like when we said, look at these fucking lines in the sky, they're unnatural for however fucking many years people were saying it. Everyone's like, no, there are no lines in the sky. You get it? They were denying that the shit was there. Everything's good. It looks.
They're like, that's
it looks
condensation.
Great. Yeah, that's old. You had pilots tell you that there's no such thing as condensation that leaves a fucking 3-mile trail. That doesn't exist. On a fucking cold day, you can go outside, you breathe. Yeah, condensation happens right in front of your face. But if you walk a mile, there's not going to be a trail behind you in a mile, and it doesn't matter if you go higher up. You're not going to turn back and see this fucking line of contrails versus chemtrails. Like, shut the fuck up, man. You've seen both in the sky at the same time. You know, that's all I've seen both at the same time. So no one can tell me shit. Like, oh, you don't know what a contrail is. Yeah, I do. And I've seen them in this. They're like, oh, it's based on the weather condition. I was like, so what are the weather conditions?
It's super busy. The air, the skies out here in L.A., Orange County. There's like 4 major airports out here: Ontario, John Wayne, Long Beach, LAX, and Burbank. You know what I mean? They're all right here, so you can't miss it, dude. You see them. You see the real contrails and then the chemtrails.
Yeah, on the same day. Like, that's the thing, is like the argument, the supposed debunk is that no, you're paranoid, and like these things only happen in specific weather, in like very specific weather conditions. So
right here,
how is there 2 different weather conditions on the exact same day?
I've seen a bunch of weird shit in the sky, like UFO type shit, right here by the military base. Like, it's like almost every night you can go over there and like there's some weird shit.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, no, they're prepping. They're prepping some shit, dude. They got to do the fireworks, man, to get everyone.
Dude, right? There's these 2 freeways that meet, right? And it's right by this. It's kind of a hidden Los Alamitos. It's a little airport, right? But it's hidden in this neighborhood. But right there, there's a flood control channel, and I've been on there at night riding my bike, and there's crazy shit in the sky. It just doesn't make sense. There's a light just hovering there for like forever, dude. Like, it's not that high up. It's not a fucking helicopter. It's not an airplane. But, you know, it's high enough where I couldn't tell what the fuck it was, but it was still super low, dude. But I've seen that many times.
Yeah. I saw some weird shit one time too that I couldn't fucking explain. My brother saw it too, so I know I like wasn't fucking hallucinating or just whatever, because I wasn't high or nothing. It was like a green light, dude, and it was moving. Like, we were driving, kind of like there were buildings and shit though. It was like blocking the view, but I clearly saw it like whiz across the fucking sky. It just moved super fast. Like, it wasn't low either. It was like in the sky. It's not like a drone or something, and even that would have been way too fucking fast.
What city?
But it like flew like this, right here, like locally, like 10 minutes away from where I live. And then fucking, it just takes a sharp turn, dude. Imagine like a plane just like stopping in midair and just fucking boom, like taking off in another direction. I was like, what the fuck? We tried to go around buildings. Like, I was like looking for, I was like, dude, please, let's see. What the fuck was that? We didn't find it though, but yeah, it was just, I remember it was green. It looked pretty high, man. It was in the night sky. Like, it wasn't fucking zigzagging between buildings. It just like a building was obscuring my view. That's what happened. We were in the car. Like, that's the problem. It looked fucking crazy though. But yeah, you should watch that. Truth Stream Media made some video recently, like a short video about the history of that stuff. And like, they've had, like, never mind all the conspiracy talk about like DARPA and HARP and all this shit, like, since forever. But there have been like patents for all kinds of like weather manipulation technology, like since the 40s, man. Like, you know, the paperwork exists on them, and it's like, and then there's like open admittance of like certain government programs for very specific things, but like, it's all there. You get it? So to be gaslighted for like close to 2 decades of people just telling you, no, like you're imagining things. And then now they're like, oh, no, it's harmless. It's just cloud seeding. I can't just take it as it's harmless anymore. Because if it was harmless, you would have just said that from the jump when it was very obvious that there's something happening in the sky. And people are like, what the fuck is this? And they came up with all their own ideas, and you just kept calling them crazy. You didn't like, no one said, yeah, it's this. You know, they tried, it's this other thing. It's fucking, it's contrails. It's condensation. Shut up. Fuck out of here.
Hey, do you know about
I didn't know
Nylon in South Central LA? Like in the late 80s, early 90s, they were spraying for the Mediterranean fruit fly in Compton, right? And South Central. And it was like
Yeah.
taking the paint off people's cars and shit. And then that, like, I guess there's like a high rate of like cancer for like South Central LA. I don't know if that's true or what. But yeah, they're spraying poison all over Compton.
Yeah. Before I knew about what the fuck they even spray for some of the shit that's admitted to, like cloud seeding, there's like two main ways to do it. And I didn't know about that before. But like I found a local like scientific study from like an independent agency here that had this thing that was they attributed a 40% increase in like I don't know how many the last it was like 5 years or something, a 40% increase in like asthma cases locally in my country.
Yeah.
And in that study, like the conclusion, they attributed it directly to an increase of silver iodide in the atmosphere. That's the connection that was made in that study. You know, it said nothing about like spraying the skies. And I was like, what the fuck? Silver iodide? Like silver iodide is not naturally occurring in the atmosphere. It's not a fuck, you know, like someone has to put it there. So this study is saying that it caused a 40% increase in asthma cases in this country, man. That's a big fucking deal, you know? Like, okay, silver iodide, what is it? And then you come to find out, like, silver iodide injection is one of the two methods used primarily for cloud seeding. Like, it is that technology. Kuwait signed the fucking UN Environmental Act.
Oh yeah, isn't it flooded
in 2000
somewhere out there right now? From cloud seeding?
Where? Here?
At the UAE?
Oh, yeah,
or
Dubai. It
whatever?
happened. Yeah, it happened like last year, 2 years ago. Yeah. So then it became very apparent to everyone, like, but that's the thing is like here, I don't remember seeing them when I was younger here. Like I'd see them if I traveled or went abroad and shit, but like, I don't remember ever seeing that shit when I was young. With that, but after 2012, they signed that UN Environmental Act shit. Dude, that year is when I started seeing the weird fucking streaks in the sky. And I see the plane, like I can see it. It looks way farther out than your average like commercial plane. You know, they're on like two completely different distances. Like you could see both of them in the sky. That's why I was like, that chemtrail shit didn't like it had no. I was like, what the fuck are you guys talking about? Like you've never seen both in the same sky on the same day? Because I have. Like they don't look anything alike. Like yeah, one is just coming barely at the back of that plane, and the other one's leaving a huge fucking.
You've seen the videos.
It's from horizon.
They're just like crisscrossing. It's so blatant out here.
There's ones that go straight up. I was like, what fucking commercial airliner you ever seen travel like that, dude? It's coming from the horizon and it's going straight into the sky. Like I was like, that's not fucking. Where's that guy going? Like which commercial flight is that? We could track that, you know, like.
What's crazy?
It's just it's at a different
like
distance
right
completely.
in this area, and then you go 10 miles away, and there'll be totally different planes doing it in another part of the sky. So how many fucking planes are doing this every day, everywhere? It's fucking crazy. It's in the UK.
I've seen them go back and forth. I've seen several at the same time. Yeah, all over the place, in Europe and fucking Thailand and whatever. So like, there's something, you know, and now it's undeniable. And that's my issue. Is everything that's conspiracy theory? They just kind of let it roll that way till they're like, okay, whatever. It doesn't even matter anymore. Everyone just believes whatever the fuck, you know. Like I had this dude arguing with me. He supposedly had remember Jed? I talked to him recently, actually. But before.
Jed Skeptic?
Like Jed. Yeah. Jed used to say, like, you can't tell me shit. You fucking conspiracy theorists can't tell me shit about chemtrails. They're fucking crazy. He's like, they're all just a bunch of cultists, like weirdos. He's like, you can't tell me shit. I was that guy. Like I went and took pictures, and I used to have a Facebook group for chemtrails and shit. So like he was like an ex-chemtrail guy who like saw the light, and I was like, dude, how the fuck? How does that happen? You know, like what do you mean? If you knew the things, I just don't get how you unknow. Like, and he'd argue, get pissed, and he's just like, oh no, you like he just do the silly like dissing and shit. And then what fucked me up was like I said geoengineering in the talk, and then he stopped and he's like, see, there you go with those fucking words, geoengineering. And I was like, bro, I didn't make up that word. That's like, he's like, you fucking conspiracy theorists. I was like, conspiracy theorists didn't make up the word. Like, I Googled it right there when I was on the live stream with him, and I was like, if you Google geoengineering, your first Google result comes back from like MIT. It's like from universities, Stanford and fucking all these things. Like, it's an academic term. It's not fucking conspiracy theorist talk.
It at the UN, he has like a speech about it, right? The UN guy, atmospheric something,
Aerosol injections, whatever.
yeah.
It's just the shit
that to
exists,
my
bro.
dad,
And they
'cause, like, people believe in chemtrails. I'm like, well, fuck, they're everywhere, dude. What, like?
yeah, there's nothing to believe in. Like, you don't have to believe it. It's a trail of chemicals, and you could fucking see it, and then you could read about it. Like, you get it? That's the thing. It's like, I don't believe in chemtrails. I've seen them. I see them regularly. Like,
Yeah.
I know
showed
what
him
the sky
videos,
looks like
he's
when they're
"Oh,
not
man,
there.
You like Trump or something. I'm like, dude.
I don't get it. Yeah, it's that thing. But it's like, what does this have to do with that? Look, bro, do you see it? It's right there. Like, fuck. There's 4 stripes going right across. Like, what cloud you ever seen do that, dude? Someone took an eraser and some cloud.
Dude. Certain topics, people like it's the button, dog. Like, they go crazy.
Yeah, I understand. Like, it's scary and shit, but like, goddamn, there's a level of denial, you know? Like, even if we were in the most like scary situation of our lives, like we're in some fucking haunted house and there's a little monster, like there's a creature outside the window, you're not just gonna act like, oh, to not feel afraid of the monster, just gonna act like it's not there. Like, you're both staring right at it. You have to deal with it at some point. You know what I mean? Like, this is my issue with most of the shit. Like, it's right there, and I'm the conspiracy theorist because I'm saying there's unnatural shit in the sky right now, and we're both looking at the sky, and you're like, what? No, you're fucking, you're a conspiracy theorist. What, you probably think the Earth is flat? Yeah, it's a line, dude, from one horizon to the other. Like,
before, and he's like, "Oh, it's condensation." I'm like, "Dude, they're crisscrossing the sky in a fucking crazy ass pattern."
Yeah.
Like, the fuck.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of planes. It's just like,
it makes no sense. Like, just to crisscross the sky. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. And that's and it's kind of checkmate for the climate change thing. That's why, like, I cringe so hard whenever someone like climate change now, like all these they're teaching all these like college students to get all riled up about begging your government for climate action now, which is basically them. They're going to fucking install like all their agendas for green and sustainability and all this bullshit, problem, reaction, solution stuff, right? Like, they just create this fake thing for people to, I demand that the government takes care of the climate now, and that's why we should vote for like whoever. But if you're talking about climate change and then it's open now where like you're admitting to the technology of weather manipulation and that governments have had access to this technology for at least 80 years on record, then you can never fucking have an honest conversation about climate change if you don't talk about weather manipulation, man. Like, you understand that there's direct agendas right behind this whole push and climate change information. All kind of policies and political moves and the way we have to change the fucking world. Like, a whole part of Great Reset is about that. So, like, it's literally the same words. Think about it. Like, climate change, weather manipulation. Like, you're manipulating something, you're changing it. It's the same thing. So you're saying, like, the climate might be changing, but your government might be changing it. They can do that. Everyone's like, no, they can't do that. Now they're like, oh, yeah, we can do that. So what? Like, you know what I mean? Like, now you have to be fucking honest. You can't just, let's look at the climate science. No, the climate science comes from one source. It comes from the United Nations. So we need independent verification of that shit from independent, like, scientists. And those people have to have access to what fucking weather manipulation is actually happening at any given time for them to conduct like proper scientific studies to see if there's such a thing as a threat to the existence of life on Earth because the climate is changing and we're causing it. Like that's a huge fucking claim, and it could be verified. They could even show them now. They could show. We could get the full details. You can have fucking independent scientists go up in these airplanes that spray the chemicals that they say they're spraying, and everything can be checked out. But that's never gonna fucking happen. We're just gonna be told about climate change. Oh yeah, weather manipulation and geoengineering is totally a thing. But don't worry, we're not doing anything bad. Like that's kind of what we're being told, and it's fuck you. Like that's retarded.
Yeah, I don't know. I just know like the water levels right here. I'm right by the water. I always live by the water, and fucking the water levels, dude, are the same. Like high tide and low tide, it hasn't changed as long as I've been alive and noticed this shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, isn't like polar shit supposed to be melting and the waters are going up?
Yeah, bro. They gave Man Bear Pig fucking what's his name? Al Gore. They gave him a fucking Academy Award, bro. They gave him. He said everything was supposed to fucking be flooded by 2021 or something like. They're like, oh yeah, this science checks out. This is we should award this guy for the inconvenient truth.
Oh, that's when everything was going down, 2021?
Yeah. There was this sign, like there's this thing, go find the others that posted it. It was like some location where they showed like water, like sea level somewhere. And then sea level like fucking 50 years later, and it's the exact same like marker. Yeah, it's a bunch of insane claims, bro, and all that shit. And the way it changed, like the weather agenda, as you know, like, yeah, it was, the fear was global cooling before in the 70s, and then it turned into global warming, and then now it's just the climate crisis. Like it could be anything. It could be make it get really hot in some places. It can make it get really cold in some places. It's going to go haywire if you keep breathing and driving a car.
When I was growing up in the 80s, it was called the greenhouse effect.
Your carbon footprint is fucking up everything. Like it's changing the weather. Imagine that, dude. What the fuck? So like, which one is more of a stretch? Like me by existing, like just walking, like driving my car on Earth, like I'm fucking with nature, or like the government who admitted to having the technology to fuck with nature is fucking with nature. Like which thing is probably more likely to be true? I don't know. It seems kind of obvious to me.
Can you hear me? Hello?
Oh, fucking, you breathe too much, bro. You fucking, your carbon dioxide levels.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah. No climate change talk without weather manipulation talk, because those are literally the same thing. So I just need to know who's manipulating the weather, how they're doing it, and why they're doing it, and what are they actually doing to it. Are you just making it rain? Are you making it cooler? Are you making it warmer? But you don't see how that affects data and charts and numbers and fucking statistics.
Yo, can you hear me?
Now I can, yeah.
Yeah. I forgot what I was going to say. I was trying to talk and it wasn't working. I don't know what the fuck happened.
It got triggered.
Yeah.
Obviously.
No, you were saying something right now. I forget what it was, but I was going to say something about that. But you just said it, man. What were you just saying?
I was talking a lot about like weather manipulation and shit, climate change and breathing.
Yeah.
Like if you breathe too much, you're killing Earth.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. What I was going to say is when I was little in the 80s, they called it the greenhouse effect.
Right.
And also that there was going to be acid rain, this acid rain from all the factories. That's why they had to send the factories to China. because the acid rain was just gonna melt the forest and fuck everything up, fuck up all the water. The greenhouse effect was there's so many I don't know, fucking carbon monoxide gases or something, and then it's or it's too much CO2, so then it's just gonna, like, that's a bad thing. But
Yeah.
like when you want your weed plants to grow a lot, you add CO2 and then you get double the harvest. So is a
Yeah.
bunch of CO2 bad? That's what I never understood.
That's what they're trying to act like it is, but at the same time, you can go and buy CO2 in a can at the store. Like, it's fucking stupid, dude. Like, if that was the most dangerous thing, and you're telling me that I have to be responsible for how much carbon I emit, like my carbon footprint, like all the things I use or interact with that has a carbon offset, then like, yeah, it's like, it's fucking original sin for atheists, dude. You get it? It's like by default, you're a fucking sinner. That it's part of their religion, but that's how you get them. If they don't believe in that idea of original sin in a religious term, and they're science followers, they give them this shit, like,
There
just
was
for
also the
existing.
ozone thing was a big thing, like the ozone layer.
Yeah,
We're
hole
gonna
in the
get
ozone.
everyone's
Yeah, and
gonna
all
get
your
cancer.
hairspray is gonna do it. Aerosol sprays and shit were all bad for the ozone layer. It's like, if we're all born here, bro, like we're born in this fucking system, I don't think we like just, it's not in our power to, like, just by existing, to like destroy it, like destroy the habitat. Like, you can't do that. Like, nature will fucking eat you and spit you out, like, anywhere. Like, imagine you in the middle of the ocean, dude. You're gonna defeat that, you know? Like, you can't fuck the earth up. Like, that's such a stupid psyop where, like,
Hey, but
we
in
collectively, like,
LA in the 80s, it really was like the smog was crazy, dude. You could see just like
yeah,
brown
smart.
air. But now
Oh yeah, for sure.
it's been way better for a while now. But they in the 80s
For
it was
sure.
fucked up. But
No, for
they
sure.
also
Locally,
they
like,
closed
yeah,
down a
you
lot
could.
of factories too, though.
Yeah. What are you talking about? They burned oil fields out here right after the war. It was black as night during daytime for a while. Like, it would be noon in Kuwait, dude, in fucking the heat, and it's fucking pitch black outside. Like, pitch black. You come back in the house, there's fucking black all on your, like, ears and, like, your collar and shit. It was crazy. And that's because they burned oil fields, but that wouldn't ever fucking break Earth. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this shit it'll blow away. It fixes itself. Like, we can't fucking do that. But I think this is part of that psyop, that they just have control of everything. And, the same way you could just go to other fucking planets and go to, like, they can escape and leave and come back and do all this shit. They're trying to act like they have conquered Earth somehow. And that trickles down to, like, us being able to destroy it by just, like, breathing or using our cars and shit. It's like, you can't fucking, you could never destroy Earth. Like, yeah, you're gonna keep running this psyop into the fucking ground and do all the political changes you want because of it, but everything you've ever said that was gonna happen never happened, climate change related. But they blame all this other random, like, phenomenon and species dying off and all kinds of other things that have, like, direct reasons for them. They're like, oh, that's climate change. It just gets chalked up to climate change. Like, oh, that the climate fucking killed off this, like, it made this species of bird or whatever go extinct. It's like, no, man, you guys are doing all kind of crazy fucking shit, and you're like, yeah, shit dies off. Like, the climate had nothing to do with it. I definitely had nothing to do with it by just existing. It's their original sin. You're guilty by default. If you were born, you started breathing before you could have a political opinion, you already had a carbon footprint. Like,
If it
you were
was
already
up to
guilty.
me, dude, I would kill all the great white sharks in the world. We don't need them, man. You know?
What's their carbon footprint? Yeah.
Well, people are like,
fucking,
we need them because of the fucking, they're the top predators, and we need them otherwise, like, the fish will supply. I'm like, what about the fishermen? You know what I mean? We don't need these fucking sharks. We're top predators.
yeah, don't you guys like to eat fish? What the fuck happened? They farm fish instead. It's fucking crazy. A huge psyop, man. Huge psyop. People actually like think like, there's people that like they're in that religion without even knowing. They have an urge. Some of them, like naturally to have children and shit, and they don't do it because of stuff like that. Like they've been convinced it's like, oh, like the world is overpopulated. That's fucking crazy. Like there's not enough space in the world for like my kids. Fuck. I can't contribute to this problem. We're killing Earth. It's like, okay, let it die, bro. At least I had my kids. Fuck Earth, then. Whatever. Like, but it's not gonna happen, and it never did happen. Like, Al Gore's predictions were all fucking bunk, and they suck. And the science for this climate change all comes from one source that's UN sponsored, dude. Like, it's not real science. It's propaganda science. The same as all the fucking COVID science. Like, bought and paid for shit. There was everyone who was independent came and told you, oh no, this shit sucks. It's not real. Like, this is bad fucking info.
Yeah. Yeah.
The guy who invented the fucking PCR test said, don't take it. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. There'll probably be another lockdown. I mean, come on. It all started under 100%.
Yeah, everyone forgets that too. Like all the Trump tards celebrating, they totally forgot like he was the COVID president. Like, no, Biden had everything. So, okay. I remember Warp Speed, dude. Shut the fuck up. He said, go get your Johnson & Johnson. It's good. It's great. I got it.
Yeah.
They forgot all this shit. It's all right. We're going to have to deal with Zern again. But like Zern was, last time we talked to him, at least he's like, I never supported Trump. I don't know. He's probably definitely back on that bandwagon now, like, if I had to guess.
The dude at the house I work at, he's all down with QAnon and shit. And he's like, yeah, dude, it's about to go down. Fucking military tribunals.
This time it's happening for sure.
It's about to go down as soon as he gets in.
All right. Yeah, let me get. Yeah, man. Looking forward to it. No, I like the clown show. Like, it's kind of fun, but goddamn, like, they got to make it a bit better for us. Like, there's people that kind of like we just observe, and now like they're just doing a real bad job with everything. It's like half-assed. Like this assassination attempt is really fucking bad. So
hey,
like just make it a bit.
Dude, you don't know about the envelopes?
you were saying about them earlier. I don't know shit about them though. No.
This is what the envelope said, and the envelopes were to Hillary, to Biden, to the Obamas, and the envelope said, "They know everything. I'm sorry." Signed George Bush Sr. Whatever. And then it shows Jeb looks at it, and then he looks all fucking scared, and he looks all around, and then Laura Bush looks at it first, and she's like, "What the fuck?" She looks all scared. But who knows, man? It was at a funeral. They caught it. They were walking right by with the coffin, so they're probably a little emotional. Yeah.
Did you post that? I gotta see that. That sounds like some soap opera shit.
You haven't seen that video?
No, dude.
I thought I posted it. I might have posted on my Calm Down server.
Recently? Okay, I could look.
Maybe. Or maybe I didn't. But you just look for the envelopes. I think it's called the envelopes of doom. It should pop right up. Envelopes of doom, I think it's what it's called.
That's probably real.
I don't know what's in those envelopes, but dude only looked at it for 1 second and he looked all crazy, but
And who told them the contents?
Oh yeah,
QAnon?
if you just put in envelopes and scroll down, it shows like, but I don't know if that's the right one. World News report today. The envelopes. What was in the envelopes? Oh, this was 11 days ago. There's different videos on the shit. Did you find any or no?
No. Is it in the which server now? I'm in Calm Down. I typed that.
I found one, but I don't know if this is a good video because a lot of the videos are bullshit. You gotta find the one where it shows their expressions when he walks by with the coffin.
So yeah. So who told them what it says? Q.
Just some YouTubers. Well, Q said what was in the envelopes.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah.
But people just put out videos and they're like, "This is what it said," but you know what I mean. And then other people just copied that video. So like,
Yeah.
I mean, anyone could have wrote
No,
some
it's
shit.
good. Oh, it checks out. They read it, bro. When is it going down?
What?
Like when it so like
Tribunals?
yeah, like all of it, like with the stuff that they know. They know everything. Probably 2 weeks.
Yeah, about 2 more weeks, probably. I'm not sure. I'm skimming through this right
The
now.
white envelope.
Okay, there it is. Like, go to about 5 minutes 40 seconds. 48 seconds.
Where'd you post this?
What? Oh, in that.
Where'd you go?
Oh, okay, I'll put it in the server. Hold on. I had it in my server. Hold on.
Calm Down? Yeah, I found it. Okay.
Right there. So like 5 minutes. Here, I'll show it. 5 minutes 51 seconds or so. Ah, shit, I lost it.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Whose funeral is this? Oh, Bush funeral.
Bush Senior.
Yeah, so they're saying so. It's like from 5 years.
Supposedly, he was hung, or something like, the tribunals at Guantanamo Bay or whatever. Maybe it's like about 6:08. Wait, I'm at 6:15. It's after the coffin passes.
Yeah.
And then Laura looks at it, and then she looks kind of surprised right there. And then she shows it to Jeb for 1 second, and he looks looking around, all tripped out. He was smiling, then he looks at it, and he's like, what the hell? But also his dad was being carried right by in a coffin, so who knows?
And what, that exact moment is when the dude, like the Secret Service guy, decides to give it to him?
But it wasn't the Secret Service guy. It was. There's other videos that show that it was George. The envelope was in that book. They all got that book, and when they opened it, they had an envelope. Some of them. Yeah.
It's just showing the book. Like, there's no fucking envelope.
Yeah, if you watch earlier in the video, they're opening the book, and then they got the envelope.
Oh.
Like the Clintons, they only got one, and they passed it to each other. And the Obamas got one, and they passed it to each other. And then Jimmy Carter's looking for one, and he didn't get one. Biden got one.
It's like an invite to a party or some shit.
Dude, someone saw something weird in the video, and then they just made this whole story up. You know what I mean? And they added it to the Q thing. I don't know. Right? Because Q's what was in the envelopes. Like...
Wow, that's fucking stupid.